what happens to all that sugar in your body when you have type 2 diabetes? It's not just about what you eat. It's about how your body processes it. Stick around because today we're breaking down the science of glucose, that's sugar, insulin, and type 2 diabetes in a way that's easy to understand. And of course, I dare to say, even a little fun. Hi, I'm Dr. Adelita Hamis, your lifestyle and wellness doctor coach. Welcome back to my channel where we tackle important health topics and make them relatable to you, practical and empowering. Do you or someone you know struggle with type 2 diabetes? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your experiences and answer your questions. Today's topic is all about glucose or sugar and type 2 diabetes. What's really going on inside your body? Why does blood sugar get high? And what can you do about it? In the end of this video, you'll understand the problem and feel confident about taking control over it. Let's talk about glucose or sugar and why does our body need it? You have to understand that glucose or sugar is your body's main source of energy. It's like fuel for your car, and your car are your cells. You get glucose from the food you eat, especially carbohydrates like bread, rice, fruits, and sweets. Now, once this glucose or sugar enters your bloodstream, insulin, which is a hormone made by your pancreas, helps move those sugar into your cells for energy. They need to get into the cell with the help of insulin. Now, what goes wrong in type 2 diabetes? In type 2 diabetes, two main problems occur. First, insulin resistance. You hear this word a lot, probably. That means your cells don't respond properly to insulin. It's like the key, which is insulin, no longer fits the lock, which is your cell. So glucose can't get inside. Instead, the glucose or sugar builds up in the bloodstream. There's a backflow. It's in the bloodstream. It's just staying there, but it's supposed to get into the cell. That's insulin resistance. The second problem is reduced insulin production. Over time, your pancreas gets tired from overworking to produce insulin. It may not make enough insulin to keep your blood sugar levels normal, but let me be clear about this. The most common misconception about type 2 diabetes is the reverse of this sequence. First, we said there's insulin resistance and then there's decreased production of insulin by the pancreas. Well, the most common misconception is that there's a decrease in the production of insulin, that the pancreas is not making enough insulin. That's why their blood sugar is high. Please understand that the cause of type 2 diabetes is not mainly the reduction of insulin production. In many cases, your pancreas is actually still making enough insulin, but your body cells cannot allow insulin to do what it's supposed to do. I made a separate video about this explaining what happens and why our body cells resist the effect of insulin. The third question we want to answer in light to this topic is what happens when blood sugar stays high? Chronic or long-standing high blood sugar, also known as hyperglycemia, can cause damage to blood vessels and nerves. And this can lead to complications like heart disease, kidney damage, and vision problems. It can also, high blood sugar in the body, in the blood, can also cause inflammation throughout your body, which makes everything worse. And without exclusion can cause inflammation to the pancreas, reducing production of insulin. The simplest way to understand this is imagine pouring syrup into a machine meant to run on water, but you put syrup into it. Over time, this syrup clogs the system and damages the parts, right? That's what happens to your body when glucose cannot get where it needs to go. So, how can you take control? Type 2 diabetes is now potentially, very likely, reversible. How can you take control? There must be a lot of things you can do. Medications cannot reverse type 2 diabetes, but the following can. So get your pen and paper or your cell phone, make notes about what I'm about to tell you. Number one, that you can take control, focus on your diet. Choose foods with low glycemic index like vegetables, whole grains, and plant proteins. 2. Avoid meat and animal products, processed foods, and sugary drinks that spike your blood sugar instantaneously. 3rd, stay active. Exercise helps muscle use sugar or glucose more efficiently, even if insulin isn't working perfectly. Remember that. And as far as exercise is concerned, aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity activity most days of the week, and shoot for 150 minutes per week total. 4th, monitor your blood sugar. Keep track of your levels. It helps you see the patterns and adjust your habits. You cannot change what you cannot measure. Therefore, you need to be checking your blood sugar. 5th, work with your doctor. Medications or insulin therapy may be necessary, especially if lifestyle changes are not enough. Now, did you know that over 37 million Americans have diabetes, and 90 to 95% of them have type 2 diabetes, and that's the most common type of diabetes. Type 2 caused by insulin resistance. So managing your blood sugar is more common than you think. And the tricky part is, you may not have any symptoms of diabetes type 2 until complications set in. Meaning, kidneys have failed and you need dialysis, become blind, you may have a heart attack or stroke, and many more. So, what's one habit you found helpful for managing blood sugar out of those 5? Share it in the comments. It might inspire someone else. Who knows? Type 2 diabetes is a serious condition, my friends, but it's not a hopeless one. Understanding what happens to glucose or sugar in your body is the first step toward taking charge of your health. I invite you to watch my other video on diabetes. Small, consistent changes in your diet, in your exercise and lifestyle can make a huge difference. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might benefit. Let's spread knowledge and empowerment to people so they can live healthier lives. Bye now, and I'll see you next week.